Welcome to another episode of PSL on the Mic, the City of Port St. Lucie's official podcast. So we're about 3 weeks into the school year right now in St. Lucie County. So we thought it would be a great idea to have one of our amazing school resource officers come in and chat with us about how you keep our students and faculty safe and what your role is as an SRO. So we're here with Officer Amanda McCarty, who is an SRO at Treasure Coast High School.
I am.
Go Titans.
Yes,
All
I'm
right.
born Titan bred.
That's awesome. First, tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been with the department, how long you've been an SRO, anything else you want to add?
So I've actually a Port St. Lucie native, been here my whole life.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Born and raised,
Cool.
yes. Went to Port St. Lucie High School myself. Loved being around kids. I have a 14-year-old daughter, did PTO, did Girl Scouts, have been around doing all types of stuff with kids over the years. 6 years ago, I entered school resource at Treasure Coast High School after Officer Steve Brown passed away, unfortunately. I've been there ever since. I've been with the police department 16 and a half years.
Wow.
Yeah. My main role has been road patrol officer. I was a parks officer for a short time, and now SRO, which has been my favorite role since.
Yeah, I kind of thought that. So what exactly do SROs do? What is your primary role at a school?
Our primary role is the safety and security of the campus, making sure students and staff are safe, but just being there, we actually end up doing so many other roles that are outside of our scope of our job. We do a lot of crime reporting for students and staff. Staff members have something happen in their personal life, but they bring it to the school. It's easier to report there. They have actually a good relationship with us. We mentor students. We help identify students with mental health crisis. The schools actually now provide a lot of therapists on campus.
Oh, that's great.
So we're able to connect that. We actually have at Treasure Coast High School, we have a food pantry called Nick's Necessities. So we're able to connect families with food through the Treasure Coast Food Bank that we have on site. We have school supplies, toiletries. We actually have a few community partners that actually provide snack donations to myself in the pantry. So every day we can give out snacks to kids. So we do so much more than just the safety and security, like just giving out hugs, giving out stuff, just mentoring, just all types of different stuff.
So you're not like just walking around the school making sure, kids are safe. You do that, but
we walk around, check the doors, locks,
Yeah.
and everything. But yeah, we walk around, say hi to kids, talk to them. There's some kids that know my name, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember ever dealing with you before, but thank you for saying hi to me and stuff. So
Oh, that's so awesome.
yeah, so just I meet one kid and end up trickling down, having other relationships with other kids.
And how many kids are in Treasure Coast High School?
We have over 3,000 students and about, I think, 400 staff members. So we're a very large campus.
And how many, we were just talking earlier, so there's 2 officers at Treasure Coast, but one is a sheriff's deputy?
Yes. So in the city of Port St. Lucie, all of the public high schools have assigned one school resource deputy through the sheriff's office and one officer through Port St. Lucie Police Department.
Okay.
Then also Somerset High School, Somerset
Preparatory.
Yes, one college prep, and then the Somerset Elementary. They both have requested a PSO officer.
Okay.
So Port St. Lucie right now has 5 school resource officers, and hopefully when we expand with our new Legacy High School opening, they'll have another SRO and a deputy there as well.
Okay. Now, what additional trainings? I'm sure you have to have some to be an SRO.
Yes. So actually the school district and the state of Florida actually has mandated a lot more trainings for SROs. The first one is a 40-hour certification course, a school resource course. It's basic about how to be an SRO, besides our basic police training that we receive yearly.
That you already have, yeah.
Yes, so now they also do, they require us to have crisis intervention training, which is another 40-hour course. We do mental health training. Then we also do threat assessment training to help identify possible threats of the school between outside threats, inside threats, kind of maybe a student that might have mental health problems or might be showing some warning signs. So we have tons of training that we actually receive the mental health training and the threat assessment training every year.
That's a nice segue, because I wanted to ask about like an incident that happened. If anything happens at a school, you wanted to talk about the training, because it's not just you that are trained.
No. So even the staff members are trained. So being a school resource officer, like I explained, Treasure Coast has 3,000 students and then hundreds of staff.
Sure.
You only have 2 officers there, an officer and a deputy. We cannot do it by ourselves.
Yeah.
The staff, they receive training before school starts. They come in for a week of doing all this special training for school year. So they receive the threat assessment training, or like their lockout training every year. And then every month we do drills with the students and kids. So we mix it up. Sometimes it might be at the beginning of the day, it might be the end of the day, different classes. And that code red or lockdown training teaches the kids in whatever classroom they're in, how to hide, how to keep themselves safe, keep the classroom safe. The teachers are able to practice with all their students. Among the other drills we do a fire drill, we do tornado drill. Certain schools in the city do drills reference like the nuclear power plant.
Sure.
So we do all types of different drills. So then now we do the drills, the teachers and the staff and the students learn the drills. Myself and my deputy, we have great communication with our administration. We have a larger administration team because we're a large school.
Sure.
So we always explain to them every year what our expectations are, what we would like from them when there's an incident. So if there's an incident at the school and we are going to now do our job, we need their help. Get on the cameras, help us find where that incident is when we have to have our boots on the ground.
Right.
So we have great communication, and that makes a great team right there, just understanding each other's expectations.
And also, the staff and students know what to do in the same, if something does happen there.
And all the schools do these drills,
Yeah.
do these trainings every single year. So a lot of the kids have had these drills since they were small children in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So now at high school, they're well prepared. So having that preparation of the training with the staff, the monthly drills, having that confidence to get past this type of incident or any type of incident, they're going to be better prepared, and then helps us too.
Right. Now, I wanted to bring up bullying. Unfortunately, it's a big deal nowadays. If there's like a bullying incident, or of like a kid or a student who's bullied, is there anything that can you seek that out? Like I'm sure you can tell something's happening. What advice do you give kids? Even if a kid is a bully or someone is being bullied, what's some advice that you would maybe give?
Bullying is definitely a school problem, and the school has bullying harassment reports, investigations that they complete, and they have many resources that they provide and help the bully and the victim. When we find that there's a bully or a potential bully, we try to mentor them. We try to make sure we get them services. Like I said, we usually have therapists on campus, different counselors, and then we talk to the kid. What's going on in their life for them to want to be a bully?
That's the most important thing.
It is, because we never know. We have all types of walk of life here in Port St. Lucie, and their children go to our schools.
Yeah.
And we have all types of different children at the school. So they have potential to be a bully or a victim. And honestly, we treat them the same, the victim and the bully, because we want to know what's going on, what services we can help them with. And then when we see a potential bully, we just try to encourage kindness and compassion. We try to model that behavior so that they see us doing that, and hopefully they can do it back. The school is definitely better with practicing kindness and doing that. And they have posters up. The teachers talk about it. We have special clubs that they try to help now, because peer-to-peer is much better than adults saying it.
Yep.
So having the peers do this in presentations and the pep rallies, stuff like that, it definitely helps bring a lot of more camaraderie between the kids.
Yeah. What do you think what are some attributes that make a good school resource officer?
I mean, obviously, you have to like kids.
Yeah.
You have to like being
Obviously.
You have to like being around kids. Yeah. You have to be patient, because some of the kids, especially out of high school, they're our size. Some of them look like adults. They come in with facial hair, actually tattoos. Yeah. So they're big, and you just have to have patience, realizing that they still need to learn and mature, and they don't have everything it takes to be in the world. So having just the patience to deal with them, and liking kids, that goes 100 times more. I mean, obviously you want to have some kindness, compassion. You want to be firm and like I'm a mom, my partner who's a deputy, he's a dad himself. So like having that parental background makes it easier too, because now when the kids listen to you or when you're, maybe lecturing them, trying to mentor them, they're like, wow, this person sounds like my mom or dad. Like they feel that we care about them. And when you speak to these kids, you want to talk to them like by their first name, or at least find out their first name, some like likes and dislikes, and try to connect with them so that they do feel cared about. Because like I said, we have all types of walk of life here. So we don't know where these kids came from, where they're going, who's at home. So just having that compassion for other people, and then the willingness to actually go above and beyond your job as a police officer, because being out of school, some days we're not busy. We're sitting there like, okay, what do I do next? Yeah. What can I do to keep myself busy? But then you are like, okay, let me go out to lunch. Let me go class change. Like, who can I go say hi to? Who can I go talk to? Let me go check in with this kid. So you have to know that what your role is at the school and where you can help out. So there's just those couple things. If you can just willing to do things, have the patience with the kids, and just have a little bit of kindness and compassion, you'll make a good SRO.
That's a nice way to end, but we're not going to end.
Okay.
I love that ending. I want you to tell me about a memorable moment that you've had as an SRO. We were talking about this, and you're like, I don't have one. And we're like, you have to have one. And I think you do.
So as an SRO, my unit that I'm in is actually called District Support. We do community programs. You see me at the community events all the time.
Yep.
So we do a lot of different things as SROs.
I'm going to cut in. Like, so we have district support. That would be different from like SWAT or K-9. Those are the different districts.
Different units that we have at the police department. So like district support is anything to help road patrol. So it's like traffic. We have crossing guards, SRO, parks. So it's kind of an umbrella over a lot of things.
Okay. So district and then everything that comes out of that. Okay.
So we do shop with a cop. Like I've done this for about 10 years.
Yeah.
We do stuff with Special Olympics where we do Tip a Cop, where we go to restaurants that we partner with to help raise money that goes all to Special Olympics. Then we, like I explained, that we have a program named after our fallen officer named Steve Brown, with Steve Brown Model Traffic Stop Program. Last year, with the help of another officer, we taught this program to over 1,200 students at Treasure Coast High School to teach them how to interact with police on traffic stops.
Yeah, it could be their first time.
It is. And a lot of the kids I catch at school looking at me, I'm like, hi. And I'm like, you never seen a police officer before? Like, and they're like, oh my God. And they're like, and they absolutely, honestly, have never had it. They've never, their parents had never had to call the police. They've never been pulled over. So some of them, it's their first interaction with us. So we do all types of stuff. But getting into school resource, my one question people always ask is, what do you do during the summer? Because school's off.
Oh, that's a good question.
That is.
Yeah.
And so we do Junior Police Academy. We do a program called Rad Kids where we teach smaller kids like self-defense against like strangers and how to prevent, like how to stand up to bullies and, maybe sexual assault and different stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then we also, our final program that we do is Police Explorers, which is a youth program ages 14 to about 21. And why we say 21 is because, and this is where SROs come in.
Yeah.
We meet students at the schools that maybe are interested in law enforcement. We're not a scared straight program where your child is maybe misbehaving and you want to put them in a program to maybe correct this bad behavior. Because if they don't want to be there, they're not going to get anything out of the program. We have kids that do criminal justice classes, want to be future police officers or military, and they come into this program.
So that's when they can enter the Police Explorers. Okay, and it's for any kid.
It's for any kid. It's no cost to the family. Right now we have a waiting list because we We have.
Wow.
This is the first time we've had a waiting list. We have over.
It's a good problem to have.
It is. And we have over 20 youth in our program, which has been the biggest we've had it in many years. So it's really well. So I think we're up to like 23 kids.
Okay. And you want it kind of small so you can interact with them all.
We do because, and then we travel through the year to like different conferences, different trainings, a state competition, a boot camp in the summer. So we do, and we want to keep it personal so that they know they're part of a team. So we do this throughout the year, weekly meetings, then we do the different the conference trainings. So through being an SRO, you identify kids that would be good for the program and then possibly become one of your police officers you're going to work next to one day.
Yeah.
So my first year at Treasure Coast, I met a young man. He had just started criminal justice. He was interested in becoming a police officer. Told him about Police Explorers. He joined. He graduated, the police department sponsored him, and now he is a fellow police officer. I'm actually working with tonight at a football game.
That's awesome.
So yes, his name is Officer Holligan. So he was a student at Treasure Coast when I first started there, and he was very determined to become a police officer. He worked, so going back to the age of being in Police Explorers, they can stay till they're 21, because that's when you become a police officer. You can go through police academy, do schooling, and then when he basically was done with police academy, Police Explorers, and became a police officer. So it's a nice, really program. I have a couple other students that have that same path. I have that path for them that I'm hoping that they will be a fellow police officer one day. And they're good kids, and they apply themselves. They hold themselves accountable. It's really nice to see in our youth that we have really good youth out there. And it's nice that I can find them at Treasure Coast.
That's awesome. I wanted to get a little bit into traffic safety and how kids can be safe in front of their schools and walking to schools, and also how drivers should be safe. Do you have any tips?
It's definitely, you're absolutely right. It's the parents, the students, and everyone, all over the neighbors. Students, I find, even walking through the bus loop, they have their headphones on, in their phone, putting their phones away just until they get to school, or at least keeping the headphones off so you can hear the cars coming if someone's honking. But when they have their headphones on, it's very distracting. Just honestly, students, stay on the sidewalks, don't wear dark clothing, keep the phones away, or
especially when it's dark in the morning.
Exactly.
Too,
and then parents, unfortunately, like our school has a very bad problem. Parents are dropping off on the main roadway on Darwin and not using the designated parking lot. And that's a big safety concern because students are in the main roadway, getting out of the car, getting in the roadway. And then drivers in our community, our neighbors, just actually paying attention to themselves, putting the phones away, watching for the safety lights. When those safety lights are flashing,
slow down
to the recommended speed, and just pay attention. And, we have students around. We have small, big, every size, every shape, every type. If these are kids, they're immature. They're not going to be mature enough to always put their phones away, their headphones away. They're like, I just walked for 20 minutes. I want to listen to my music. As adults, it's our responsibility to help take care of our future here in our own community. So honestly, it's just paying attention, putting the phones away, making sure you're an alert driver, not distracted, even the parents too.
Yeah. So like when parents are dropping kids off, are you outside like kind of greeting the kids? What's your morning routine like?
At Treasure Coast High School, we have 3,000 students. So a lot of our kids are actually bus riders.
Okay.
So myself and the deputy, we stand in the bus loop to make sure all the buses come in safely, all the kids are entering. We do have student drivers, so where they enter is through the bus loop. So we have our whole population entering through the bus loop. So myself and the deputy usually stand in that area. We watch for unauthorized adults in that area. We watch to make sure that traffic is flowing in the bus loop, flowing in traffic in the student parking lot. So we're not usually on the outside of the school, but more so on the inside because that's where all of the students are.
Okay. And Officer McCarty, what is your favorite part about being an SRO?
So I have a few favorite parts. I really do like identifying kids that need help. So doing like identifying families each year for Shop with a Cop, because Shop with a Cop is you are given a gift card and you get to go shop through a whole store, either Target or Walmart, and shop for Christmas presents that small child or siblings as a group, they each get one. And I love that. I love being able to talk to kids and kind of like be like, hey, this is your life. This is in your hands to make those changes and have accountability and make sure that they have what they need. I might not be able to give everything, but I can definitely point them in directions to get these resources. So just being an extra person that can care about these students, knowing that some of these students might not have that at home. It is just a nice feeling to know that we can make a difference in our future. I mean, sometimes we had an incident at school a few years ago, a very negative incident, and kids came up, can I have a hug?
Aww.
And I'm like they knew, because when I first started there, I'm like, I don't know how to connect with kids, and I went around giving out hugs.
Yeah.
And police officers don't normally give hugs, but the kids knew, like, okay, Officer McCarty will give us a hug. So just having kids that are going through their own crisis, big or small, it's just nice to know that we can be somebody there for them.
I love that. You're probably going to end up being an SRO for your whole time, right?
Probably. I do plan many more years as an SRO.
Yeah, that's usually when I had Officer Harris and Sergeant Fazio in here from the K-9 team. They're like, oh, we're always K-9.
Yeah.
And you kind of give off the same vibe of like you want to hang out with the kids.
You kind of find your niche that you feel comfortable at and you feel really good at, and you're like, okay, I'm making a difference. I want to keep doing this.
Do you think you would stay at Treasure Coast High?
Possibly.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. I just thought it was a great idea to have a school resource officer come in. Everybody knows that we have them in our high schools, but I'm not really sure exactly everybody knew how much you guys actually do. Besides keeping our kids safe and our faculty safe and our teachers safe, you do so much more. So
we do.
I
do
appreciate
a lot.
it. I know you left school and came over here, and you're going to a football game tonight?
I do. I work the games at the school, the dances, band shows.
Oh, wow.
All different stuff. As an SRO, you want to go. You want to support the kids.
Exactly.
And
you see them every day.
And the kids are like, are you coming? Are you going to, did you see that? Like, did you see me make that shot? And when you tell them yes, they just are so happy. You know, like I said, we had different types of families. And some kids, their families were working late or maybe don't have the transportation. So when you find kids that really enjoy having that support, it just feels good too.
I bet you such a good feeling, my gosh. So are you ready for your questions at the end?
Okay.
We always end our podcasts like this now with our new guests. So you had me cross off 3 that you didn't want me to ask you, and that's totally fine. So we're going to go. Let's see, what's your favorite food?
Probably tacos. Easy enough.
Is it
Change
Tuesday?
up.
No, it's not Tuesday,
Oh,
but
no,
doesn't
it's
matter.
Taco Thursday.
We're starting something new. What's your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby is probably traveling.
Where do you? Oh wait, that's another question.
Yeah, or Disney. I like
leave it.
Disney.
Okay, Disney's fun. What about your favorite holiday?
Mother's Day.
Oh,
Yes.
you're the first person who said that. That's
Yep.
lovely. How about your favorite place to travel?
So the last 2 summers, I've traveled through Europe to about 15 countries.
Whoa.
I know. And so I don't really have a favorite exact place. Like, I loved Aruba. We've loved all over Europe. London was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I've been to Japan. So again, Disney and traveling. I've been to almost all the Disneys in the world besides in China, which is 2.
Is it on your list?
Yes, hopefully next summer.
Well, I was going to say, what's your next travel trip? But maybe it's probably that.
Hopefully.
Okay. Your favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate.
Oh, it's kind of boring.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it's still good, though.
Yes.
Most
I
people.
thought it was better than vanilla.
It's much better than vanilla.
See?
How about your favorite TV show?
So I have a couple.
That's
I love
okay.
NCIS. I love Big Brother.
Oh, my. Okay.
Have you ever watched it?
No.
Oh.
I do like reality TV, but
So
I'm
I'm
more
not
of a Bravo girl.
I'm not really into reality TV, but when you have 3 episodes a week and you can keep up with all this drama, it's a lot of fun. And then I just recently got into Fire Country, and my daughter's like, this is a
yeah.
law enforcement house. We don't watch fire department and stuff. I'm like, well, we're watching it now.
Okay, good. Do you like 911?
No, but I've never watched it.
Oh, that's good,
I
too.
don't have time. leave work and win a football game.
Okay,
So,
and you got fire country.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. And what's your favorite color?
black.
Okay.
I don't know.
I thought you were
why.
going to say blue, but
Nope,
black
black.
is good. Officer McCarty, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for joining us, and have fun at your game tonight.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of the school year.
Thank you so much.